guys, what's up? I'm Brian here doing another video for you guys, and this time we're taking a look at Transformers The Last Knight Voyager class Hound. Now I want to say beforehand, I've got a bit of a cold, so if I start sounding off, well, you know why. Anyways, we're going to take a look at Hound, and I gotta say this is not exactly what I was expecting. I'll just tell you that right off the bat. I'm not saying it's a bad toy, I'm just saying it's not as good as what I thought it was going to be. Now, let's take a look at the Hound. He transforms into this military Mercedes type truck, and you're probably wondering, what's with all the weapons? Did Hasbro just decide to do that? It looks inaccurate to what he looks like in the movie. Well, it does look inaccurate to the style of truck and what he looks like in the movie, at least for this section right here. There was concept art that had these weapons, so it's not like they just come out of nowhere. No, they do kind of have a reason for being in this toy. But yeah, you can rotate them around, you can do whatever you want, you can lift them up and down, you can also just remove them if you don't like that. And as you can see, there's just a whole bunch of kibble on the back, but it doesn't look too bad, you know, it still, has pretty much the same color for most of it. So it doesn't look too terrible, but yeah, you can see that's the arms, that's the back. So yeah. And there's one thing I don't like about this toy is the paint. I don't know, I just feel like the green should have been darker and maybe a little more metallic, like a Takara release would do better. And I believe they're doing a movie The Best Hound in this style. So yay. But I just don't like the color green on this. What I do like, however, is the Decepticon logos that are crossed out on the side there. That is very nice. I do like that, so very cool on that. The black bars up here is fine. The yellow is kind of a muted yellow. And he has a molded kind of grayish plastic, a very dark gray right here. And he's also got tan on the wheels to show that they've been kind of dirty. So there's that, and he's also got the Decepticon logos on that side too. And blue on the windows. That is not clear plastic, but almost fooled me for being clear plastic, because it's got this nice shine to it. So there's that. But the shaping is alright. I just don't like the color too much. I think it should have been darker. I think he really needs more paint applications. But other than that, it rolls okay. And, it looks alright. So, yeah, with that, you can also detach all the weapons and you can plug them in different spots. You can plug them in some of these holes right here. You can plug them on the sides right there. You can plug them in pretty much different places. So that's good. And of course you can separate the weapons. The big gun and the machine gun can separate if you want. You can even use that for a Viacon apparently. So you just have that. I'm going to separate all the weapons just for right now. Like that. So anyways, with that said, let's go ahead and start the transformation. Let me bring up the camera just a bit like so. And to transform it, what you want to do is start off by popping these side sections out and bring these out and around like so. Make sure that the wheel goes right there and just leave them off to the side. Now, in the instructions, it shows you to push down the canopy or the whatever you want to call this section down, and then bring in the arms. But the arms have a really difficult and terrible time with trying to pop into this section, because this section right here is the arms, and they also have to wrap around. There's like the bullets that wrap around Hound's arms that has to tuck underneath the upper legs right there. You can see the upper legs, while on the other side is those little bullet pieces. And they have to wrap around it, and it's very difficult. And what I found is, if you pop this section out first, it gives you a lot more room, and especially if you just help by pulling these sections out. It just gives it a lot more room to kind of play around with. But it is very difficult. I found that if you focus on trying to get these down into where they're supposed to be, they'll line up properly. But the first time I tried that was really difficult. So it's something to kind of get used to. You're probably not going to get it down right away. But yeah, and just bring out these sections like so. We'll work on the arms later. You see this front section right here, you want to bring that up like so. And then these sections right here, you want to bring out to the side just for right now. If you didn't see that, these little sections out to the side. I'll do that again on this side. You see that? There we go. So anyways, bring down these sections like so, just like that. And then bring out the wheels like that. And they have this cool mechanism to where something gets pushed into place. When you move that out like that, you got a free spinning wheel. But as soon as you move it down, something goes into place. And now you've got a ratcheting wheel. Now, it could have been a better ratchet. It's still a little loose, but I love that type of transformation. I think that's very amazing. Anyways, bring down this section all the way now, like so. And bring down this section like so. Next, what you want to do is separate the legs and find the bit. Okay, you can see the pin on the opposite side. You want to pull that out, like so. And that will form the foot. And what I like to do is I like to take the front section right here and move that behind the wheel. So let's see if I can get that. I like to move that behind and inside the wheel like that. And it will just help strengthen the foot. So, because otherwise you're just going to deal with a wobbly foot. Next, what you want to do is bring down the arms, rotate it around, and connect it in like so. And find the point to where this will just settle up inside here like that. There's kind of an indentation, well, not really an indentation, but you can see that little L-shaped bit of plastic right there, that upside down L shape right there. We'll just kind of rest against that. And that will help from the side panels of the chest from popping off. So just a little tip. And then you're going to want to take the fist out and fold this back. Do the same thing to the other side. Bring the fist out. Pull that back. Now, originally in packaging, the bullet sections can rotate and wrap around the arm like that. What I like to do is I like to rotate it like, come on, like so, like that. That way you have more arm articulation because there's a double joint there, which is very nice. Do the same thing here. And there we go. You can do whatever you want with that. Let me zoom out just quickly. Bring out this panel on the back and push back in the waist like that. And when you pull it back out, you want to make sure that it clicks into place. And if you have the head down, the best part about this is when you push that in, it pops out the head. So that's pretty cool. And there you have Hound in his robot mode, just trying to get him in a pose or just standing there. And there you have him in robot mode. Now, the problem that I have with Hound is the wobbly feet. Even with that little bit of transformation where you put this inside here, the feet still tend to wobble just a bit. They're not the best feet. They do have a hinge to kind of help the stance, and the hinge on the foot really does help too. But it still wobbles around, and also what doesn't help is the wobbly waist. It just moves around a little too much. But other than that, there's not really too many other problems with it. There are problems, but nothing too major. And of course, I just knocked the figure over. One of the problems I have that are more minor problems is this little bit. Now, this gets out of the way, so it's not a big problem. If it couldn't, then yes, it would have been a big problem. But if you just have it out like that, and you rotate the legs, it's just going to start hitting that. Because it doesn't move out of the way automatically, like some panels and some other Transformers that have something like this. As soon as you rotate the leg, it will move with it. And I just have that mindset of that's going to be the same thing on this, and it just doesn't work. But that's mostly just me, and, you know, it could be easily fixed, so no real issue with that. Again, the paint, not the best, but at least you get more of that gunmetal color into it, so that's nice, but I don't like the green on this. But that might just be another personal problem. The backpack is pretty much fine. Like, you got these panels right here, you got the bits on the legs, but for the most of it, yeah, it looks fine. You could also add the weapons onto the back like so. You can add these big cannons on like that, or you can add them onto the front. There's another hole right there. You can see that. What I like to do is I like to plug the little machine guns on here, and then this little bit that you can also hold as a weapon, but I'm not sure why you'd want to unless you want to combine all the weapons again, which is cool. I'm not going to really show that off, but what I like to do is I just like to plug that onto the back. You could also leave that on the back for transformation if you want. So what I like to give him is the big the big guns, like so, because Hound needs big guns. And then the machine guns, I just like to attach on the back, like I said. Right there. So yes, plenty of weapon storage, which is nice. And he also has another accessory. The cap on Hound can pop off. And you have some very nice detail underneath that, but if you want to remove that, go ahead. Which is kind of unfortunate because people are going to lose that pretty easily. But look at the eyes, look at the beard, look at the detail on the head. That is nice. I do like that. And I love a lot of the detail, like on the arms here and the pieces on this, like the grenades and whatnot. That's nice, and the pouches and the whatever that is. Was that a lantern or something? I don't know. But very nice with the detail. It's got a lot of it. If you don't like the movieverse detail, well, obviously this is not a figure for you, but you should probably know that getting into the movieverse figures, that the detail is probably not going to be for you. Anyways, this is my first movie Hound, except for the little tiny turbo. So, I need to bring these guys out. There's Optimus Prime. And there's Hound. And of course, we need to bring out Crosshairs, Drift, and Bumblebee. And yes, I know they're not all the Last Night figures, but that's not the point, because I finally have the crew of Age of Extinction, which is pretty cool. Very colorful, bunch of characters, all characters. I can confirm they're all characters. So, yeah, very nice. And, as well, for a size comparison, we'll size compare Megatron in the next review. So, not this. Anyways, so yeah, articulation. Let's talk about that quickly. Head is on a ball joint. It's not the best joint because of the beard and everything around that, but, you know, it's fine. Rotation up here, out and in. Rotation right here, and, of course, the bullets around it can move in a separate joint. Double joint in the elbow. Wrist can rotate and move out and in. If you move this out of the way, the leg can go as forward as that, as back as that, so not much. Rotation here, and the knee bends to about there. And you get a little bit of articulation in the foot. You get that. You get side to side, and you get rotation here. So, you know, articulation is alright. And he definitely looks more beefy than the Age of Extinction one. One thing I don't like about the Age of Extinction version is the shaping of it. I don't know, just something is off about that. I do like it, but when I look at the on-screen version, I just don't see them really coexisting with each other. This I do. This I see as an example of what Hound should look like. But there are some things that I just don't like about this toy. I can't say it's a bad toy. All I can say is I wish it was better. I wish he had the Age of Extinction Hound weapons instead of these, because these ones aren't just really doing it for me. But other than that, I don't think he's a bad toy. I think you could do a whole lot worse. Would I recommend it? If you like the Hound and you missed out on the last one, yes, definitely, because he's kind of a cool character. So with that, I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.